Alright, if you're just coming in, give me 1 second. Just getting everything set up. There we go. Alright, let's double check. Let's see if we got good audio. Alright, getting good audio. Alrighty. On this particular stream or video, but right now I'm gonna stream it for you guys. I'm gonna go over absolutely everything in the Watch Dogs Legion's operative / inventory editor. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I get these modded characters? How do I do or get all these extra perks? Well, I'm going to show you. Excuse me, I had to get something to drink. Now, first order of business, you can't run trainers, cheats, or the operative editor because it's essentially a cheat engine cheat table. You can't run it because of the game's anti-cheat BattleEye. Now, if you want to use BattleEye, you have to go into your Ubisoft Connect launcher, go to Watch Dogs Legions, go into Properties. You want to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you want to go to where the game launch arguments, and you want to add a command line argument. And the argument you want is going to be exactly was it -BattleEye launcher. This will tell the Connect launcher when it goes to launch the game to run this command line, which is telling it to disable the cheat protection, which is BattleEye. It'll tell it launch the game minus BattleEye. Otherwise, cheat engine won't have a leg to stand on. So now we need to launch the game. Now that we have BattleEye disabled, we can launch the game. I don't need that just yet. Now I have it in window mode. That way it makes it easier to see what your mods are. And I would suggest also running this in window mode. It'll make it a lot easier for you instead of toggling, just alt tabbing back and forth between your full screen game and cheat engine. Now this is an offline only mod. It only works for campaign mode. We'll just use this one. So what you want to do is make sure you load up one of your saves. Hey, that one looks like one of my operatives that I just walked by. But she's not. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now that we're in game, we don't have to actually do anything in game just yet, but it would be helpful if you pop over into the team menu. Now, the key to using this, you can't modify your current operative that you're currently playing as. You can modify everyone else, and you can't do the potential recruits. Actually, you can mod them, but you can't change their appearance or anything until you recruit them. But like all their perks and everything else, you can change as long as they're in this team menu. Now let's see. Now let's just pick somebody random here and let's just start getting after it. Let's see. Oh, and this also works on the premium, excuse me, all your premium operatives. So let's see. Let's get after, you know what? Let's get after Helen here. She has pretty horrible perks. Outside of that, fast hacking is pretty awesome, but we're going to improve on that. So we're going to go after Helen Dashwood. Why not? Let's improve her. So now, first thing you want to do, you want to have. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get after Helen. All right. So since we're going after Helen, I'm gonna take focus off of her real quick, and you wanna have cheat engine running, because naturally you're gonna need it. This is a cheat table. So you want to target Watchdogs Legion. And then you want to load up the operative editor. Oh, I should have put the link for it in the description. I'll do that later. Now that I have the cheat table loaded for the mod, for the inventory and the operative editor, you don't have to, but I like to maximize the table because you don't need the rest of cheat engine at this point. You just need this table only. You don't need anything else. So you have to hit activate, otherwise it won't do a damn thing. Once you activate it, if it activates successfully, you're going to see this window here. And this is what you want. Once it's activated, it's going to bring up a count of the total number of operatives that you have that's currently recruited, and it doesn't count the potentials. That's a whole nother process to get to them. And all your operatives are numbered. And they start from 0 and go forward there. And since we're going after Helen, where is she? Now it doesn't show her last name is Dashwood. It shows Neil for some reason. Unimportant. Everybody else, their full names will be there. So we're gonna get after Helen. Now it's changed. You want to come down here to the operative, branch that out, and you're gonna see. The ID is going to be the current operative's name. It's going to show you their availability, saying she's available right now, which she is. She's available for me to use and swap to her. She's able to be used. Now, say if you got somebody that's missing, see how it's showing up now that she's grayed out and not being able to use. I don't know why it says available there. Let's say she got arrested. She's still grayed out and it won't let me use her. But, and this will work for people you see that are injured, dead. They're there and it's like, oh shoot, I can't use them. Well, you can just come in here, no matter what happened to them, pop them back on over to available, and now usable again. Happy. And also their origins will always show here. Now for the initial, that's generally people that are the game gives you initially. The recruited is everybody should be recruited. Or say if you retired them and re-recruited them again, they'll show us re-recruited. And of course, all the DLC operatives will all be prestige operatives. You can turn that on and off. Or say if you unlock some people through completing the Borough Uprisings and turning them defiant, those operatives will show up as Borough Uprising, showing as their origins. This has zero effect on the operative unless you want to mark them as prestige, which really doesn't do anything. But if you want them to have this little glow behind them, that's it. Because say, what is this? Renee Parker. Let's slide over there. Renee Parker and show you. I got her from, her origin is from a borough uprising. So I made her borough defiant and she got recruited. But let's just say I want her to be a prestige operative like she's DLC. I have to change her origin to prestige, and for some reason it's not showing the damn glow. Change that back. Yeah, that's weird, but we'll circle back to it. Now we were working on Helen. Now, and it shows you the number of inventory items. Anything here that's grayed out, you're not able to change. It will show up all these random numbers and letters and numbers, the hex code, that because you're not allowed to change it, or it's showing up as unavailable as zeros. Now the first thing you can do is jump down here to their appearance. Now this first appearance code, this is 100% everything that's on your operative, to their character model, textures, every piece of clothing they're wearing. It's all encoded in this hex code here. What does all of this means? You don't have to know it, because the operative editor will break it all down here in all of these options here underneath it, starting with the character model. Then, like I said, in the innerwear, the outerwear, all of these things gets broken down and summed up here. That's a quick way if you want to save an appearance of an operative and just copy them over. I have a whole text file I save of all of my operatives. I got over, I want to say 125 and counting, but that's not important here. So let's say we don't want Helen to be this old lady. We can go ahead and click on this drop down menu and we can change her to anything we like. We don't want to use Helen's character model. Let's change her. Let's make her an Indian adult male business casual. Let's shoot for that. Why not? So let's change her to a man, and you can see this appearance code up here, it changed. And if we go over to her, she's no longer Helen. She's now an Indian adult male. Freaky, but he's still wearing her clothes because we haven't changed any of her clothes yet. So let's see. Let's give her. Actually, let's scroll up. Let's make her. Just picking out something random here because I already have certain character models picked out of my faves. But let's just do something random here. Let's shoot for an Asian young female hipster. Oh, but you also don't want to be focused on them. And there we go. We got ourselves a young Asian woman. We just made her younger. Now, say we don't particularly like her innerwear. She's wearing a sweater right now. Let's go. We can just go in here, and this is literally every piece of innerwear attire: shirts, sweaters, t-shirts. All of it's all in here. And I believe, I want to say the underwear, undergarments as well. They're all in here. All these different types of shirts. Also, if you see anything that says ULC in it somewhere, that is DLC. So if you ever looking for some DLC things, just browse through there and look for something that says ULC. Let's see. Let's pick out something random here. We want to change her appearance. Oh, and also if you just want them to not wear anything, you could always just scroll to the top and hit none. That's also a thing. So let's go. Let's go with a sports bra. Why the hell not? With a logo on it. Hit OK, and then we flip back to the game and look over. And now you see she's wearing a BKL sports bra. Now let's flip down here to outerwear. She's wearing this hideous jacket. Let's get her out of this hideous old lady jacket. Yeah, we can get her in a leather jacket. But how about since... Actually, let's scroll through here. See if we got some shirts. Uh-oh, did I let go? I must have. Let's see, we got some denim jackets. We got some brown leather jackets. Nah, that won't go with that, will it? How about an apron? Let's hit her with an apron just for shits and giggles. Pop back over to her. Now she has the apron on. But we're not going to send her out like that. Let's do something random. Let's shoot for a purple. Why not? Now she has a purple jacket. Flip over here to headwear. She's wearing a fedora. I'm not feeling that fedora. Why do I want it? We can either give her all these different hats. Let's try this plastic nerdy hat. Let's go for it. I'm not feeling it. So I'm gonna go no hat on this instance. Okay, and no hat, gone. Nice. Let's flip it on down to legs wear, which, oops, in the leg wear she's wearing a skirt, this old lady skirt. I'm not digging it. We're gonna change it. All the pants, shorts, everything is all here. And again, you can always pop up to the top and hit none. Just put them in their underwear. We're not gonna do that to her. Let's give her some pants. Let's get a good look at her. She has on a different pair of pants. Let's see, but they doesn't look like they're very stylish. Let's try to find some other pants for her. Denim blue. Let's go with that. There we go. You know what? And now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna flip back to outerwear real quick, and I'm gonna lose this jacket. Why? Just because. Boom. Here we are. Now, next we go to handwear. Handwear, obviously, gloves, bracelets, jewelry, gloves are all in there. Anything you want to wear on the hands. Let's go with some black latex gloves, just for the sake of showing you what's happening. There we are, black latex gloves. Actually, let me see if I can find some BKL gloves or something, some kind of fighter gloves. No, those are leather. They look the same as the latex ones. Let's go with some white gloves, huh? Let's do that. Yeah, there she goes. Now she's got white gloves. Let's see, hooligan gloves. Let's give that a go. Let's see what that looks like. Got left hand is wrapped in tape. Got a little bracelet on the right arm, right wrist, whatever. Now the shoes, they're going to be a little hard to see because you obviously can't see past her thighs to see the shoes. So the shoes, you're going to have to swap to them in game to see what the hell they look like. So for the time being, I guess I'm just going to throw... Let's see. We'll put Aiden's boots on her for the sake. Oh no, Jackson's running shoes. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do Jackson's running shoes. Now, for the ears, this is all jewelry, earrings, piercings, whatever you want to do. Let's try these metal silver earrings. And of course, hard to see them in this window, but they're there. You got a little small loop there. Let's see if I can find the huge hoop ones. Nope, those are still the small ones. Well, it could just do a stud and call it a day. Yeah, let's give her a stud. Yeah, now she just got the stud going. Nice. Now, bags. If you want a backpack, bags is where you go. We got all the backpacks in the game, including all the DLC stuff. Everything is all in here. So, tool belts and such. Let's see. I don't think a backpack is gonna flow well with the outfit, but let's pick this cotton brown plaid one, just for the sake of argument. And now she has wearing the backpack. Again, I can't rotate her because we're in the team menu screen, so we can get a good look at it. And let's just say this might be a bit much for you, too detailed. You don't want to go through all of this, and you just want to pick out an outfit that's already in game. Well, we got that here too. We got everything that says firms is going to be Clan Kelly, and this is all the different uniforms and outfits for them, for women, men, bouncers, the buskers, the food bank workers, chefs, construction workers, drug cooks, EMS workers. Let's see, all the BKL fighters from all 5 BKLs. They all have their own style for their uniforms. You can go through here and try them all out. Even the Hoonigans, the fitness ones. Let's try the fitness ones for the sake of. We'll go with female number 7 as far as the outfit. We'll give that a go. And we pop over. This is what the outfit looks like. And I didn't have to work out what the jacket or the hoodie was, the sports bra she's wearing, or the pants, nothing. The only thing that still being affected by what I chose is the bag and the gloves, because they weren't part of this outfit. Now, if an outfit comes with those things, they'll be replaced by the preset outfit. So now we got ourselves an outfit, we got our appearance, and we have this extra customization option here. Actually, let me take this outfit off so you can see, because it's kind of hard if I cover up her head. So let's take this off. Alright, cool. Now, for hair. The default hair changes with your character model. If you change the character model, the hair has a default hair to go with it. Which one am I using anyway in the first place? Hold on. I'm using... Alright, this female hipster young Asian number 1. I'll switch it to 2. And then you can see her face changed and her hair changed. So don't get too caught up on what the default hairs are and try to swap them out to other character models, because they all have their own defaults. They don't use the same thing. So the defaults are going to be different for everyone. So we're going to switch back to our number 1 here. Alrighty, now here you can come through here. Every single hairstyle, male or female, will be listed here. Go fun, go crazy with it, have fun with this. Just try them all out, see what you like. And I said default will always be what loads default with their character model here. If you want them to go bald, you can always hit this human body empty hair. Hit OK on that. I forgot, it shouldn't be on her. And now she's bald. But if you want to try other things, where is it? I was just looking at one. Nah, screw it. Let's try this afro. Let's do this. Boom. Afro. You might be saying, well, I don't want that hair color. Why the hell is her hair purple? Well, that's fine. We can go next one down. Hair color. Let's make that hair color white. Oh, now she has white hair. Super. And instead of having to use your ETO in game, you can just use the operative editor here. You don't have to pay for clothes. unless you don't have to pay for any of your physical appearance just by using this appearance section. You don't have to spend your in-game ETO, especially if you're hurting for it. Because I've been on Reddit and there's a lot of people, just not a lot of people, there's a couple people complaining about ETO. Well, you don't need ETO, especially if you're on PC. Use the operative editor. Just spend some time. It's going to take you a while. Just go shopping. It's all free. You just throw on there whatever the hell you want. Let's go black. You customize your character the way you want without spending your in-game currency. Now, and again, head tattoos, body tattoos, and makeup. This all should be self-explanatory at this point. If we've done the clothing, it's the same thing here. You know how to change it. Now she has a neck tattoo. Super. Now, I'm going to jump down here to the makeup real quick. Again, default is determined by their character model. It changes with whatever the base character model is. So if you don't want to have any, again, the next one down is always this human body empty. They'll overwrite and remove all their makeup that's defaulted, or anything that you may have had on them or purchased in game. It'll show up here. It'll automatically be selected whatever you picked out. But since we didn't pick anything out, we just get to make something right now on our own. Let's see. Pink and green. What the heck? Let's see what that's all about. I don't see any pink or green in that. These names are a little off. Let's see. Pink, green, bluish. What the heck is that? Oh, well, there you go. Pink, green, bluish. I'm not digging this hair. Try to find a braided medium. Let's see what those braids are all about. Now that'll do for now. Whatever. I'm seeing one thing missing here. Or did I skip over it? Ears, bag, outfit, headwear, legwear. Nope, there's one thing missing. Eyewear, or goddamn glasses. That you're gonna have to do in game, I'm guessing, because I'm not seeing eyewear unless I'm blind and I'm looking past it really quickly. I don't see eyewear. You're unable to modify that. Well, looks like you're buying that with ETO. Big sad. Well, a little sad. I really don't care. Moving on, next is your mask. Jump down here to the mask ID. This tells you what mask you're wearing. Now, of course, you won't be able to see it in the team menu, so you won't be able to see it until you swap to the character you're in game. But you can literally click on your edit mask. You can double click on the name here to set it, and you can change it to every single mask possible. It doesn't matter if it's in game or if it's online only, campaign only, if it's DLC. It don't matter. It's all here. And let me show you right now. Look at all of these masks. There is no shortage of masks. Go crazy. It's ridiculous. So, you know what? People are a fan of y'all. A fan of Wrench? Let's use one of Wrench's DLC masks. We'll slap that on, and it won't immediately change to the mask. As they're not wearing it in the team menu unless you set it up for them to wear it. And just because you changed it here doesn't apply it to the game. With the mask setting, you see this in red where it says assign mask to operative. You have to click on that first. Now, are you sure you want to assign this value to your operative? Yes. And then it's going to change and collapse that menu. Now you can see here it has changed it to Wrench's matte leather black mask. So when I swap to this character in game and do something where after it puts on the mask, it's going to put on Wrench's DLC mask. Now, next move is we also have the save as wardrobe defaults. Once you click on it, it's going to give you this menu here, this window here. Are you sure you want to set it? I don't want to change the defaults, but you normally click yes there, and everything that you have set here, everything you're wearing, will be their new defaults. So say if you changed it to something you didn't purchase, you can select it, throw it on your character, and then set it as wardrobe default. So whenever you go to this character, you can dress them up and change their clothes in game. It doesn't matter. And say if you wanted to switch back to these particular clothes or outfit, you can just always go back to default, and the in-game default will be changed to what you just set here. That you can use this. It's lovely, and you can. Oh, I haven't used this character before. I haven't used Helen, so. And make sure you want to do your appearance stuff. Make sure you have used the character at least once, and go into the wardrobe in the HQ, or you can go to any store. Once you access a clothing store or the wardrobe, it will activate this appearance section. If you don't do that first, the appearance section is going to give you this error message. It's going to tell you must save your current appearance at least once before editing is possible. I didn't do that for Helen. I'm surprised it let me make these changes as is, but this right here, to toggle the wardrobe defaults, you can just toggle it on, off and on. And that's pretty much it for the appearance section. Also, if you go to the mod page and you go into their articles, they have a couple appearance codes that you can copy in here, and it will give you in-game characters that aren't playable, like Dalton Wolf, both Sabines, everybody except Connie. I've got let's see, I've got Nigel Cass, I've got Mary Kelly, who else I got? I got Sky Larson. All of them are playable, but you aren't able to change their clothing. It'll make the game either crash or it's going to glitch out. It's going to be unintended results. And they only give them to you in this hexadecimal format. So all you got to do is copy it from the web page, come in here to the appearance codes, paste it in, and it's going to automatically change your character to their character model. I almost forgot about that part. Now we're done with the appearance. And double check. Yeah, that's it for the appearance. Now, moving on. Next section is the personal vehicle. Now, the personal vehicle, whether they have one or not, Helen already comes with her own old school Bogan 25. Actually, let's take that away from her, just so we can see how this works. And I'm going to be circling back to this later on anyway, because what you're really here for is these goddamn perks. But first, we're going to show you how to work with the perk decks, and then we're going to get back with the perks individually themselves. So for the time being right now, I'm going to snatch away all of her abilities and all of her perks. And we'll double back to that later. Now, as you can see, she no longer has perks. They're all gone now. She doesn't have a vehicle. She doesn't have anything. She's a jabroni. Back to this personal vehicle thing. Now, in your personal vehicles is what you could toggle your character wheel, I believe it's called, and you could call for your personal vehicle to show up. And this is how you get to pick what vehicle, and you get to pick the custom skin for it. Now, starting out for it, you want to select the type of vehicle that you want to spawn, and you would do it here first. Excuse me. Let's see. She had an old classic thing we don't want. Let's say I want to do. I really like that kind of two-door Aston Martin looking car, that Marlowe MK3. I really like that, so we're gonna give her that car. Hit OK there. It's changed. Now you notice underneath it, the vehicle spawn ID is grayed out, and so is the paint job ID. Can't change them. This won't do anything there. So to change it, right underneath it, change vehicle spawn. So if you want to change that spawn from that old school classic she has, and we're gonna go try to find this Marlowe MK3. It's probably gonna be in like supercars or something. So or in speed. I'm sorry. So performance, speed, civ. So let's look for speed, civ, prestige 4. See over here where it says prestige 4. So we're gonna go speed, civ, prestige 4. Hit OK there, and again, it doesn't change automatically. You have to apply new value for it to take change, because right now it's still showing this agile civ classic 04. So we want to apply it. Yes, we want to apply it. And now if you look underneath it for the personal vehicle, it's changed to the prestige 4. Now she has a new personal vehicle, and we don't want to leave it generic. We want to change the paint job. So we hit the paint job, and as you can see, it has none because it's just generic, doesn't have a paint job. Double click on that, and here is absolutely every single in-game car skin and also DLC car skins that you would pay for in the online the what do you call those damn bundles? The skin bundles. You guys get what I'm getting at. Except for in here, they don't label them with the ULC to let you know they're DLC. You will have to play around with this. You'll see which ones are, which ones isn't. Like this Space DJ, that's one of the DLC ones. The Tiger and the Tiger White, or the pretty much a white tiger, those are considered DLC because you can't buy them with ETO, but they aren't paid DLC because they're just stuff you can unlock from playing online and leveling up. They're unlocked that way, so those are still considered DLC even though you don't have to buy them. You unlock them by playing online mode. So let's go with let's hit them with a metallic purple. Hit OK on that, and again, the color isn't set. It's still set to none. So we want to apply that value. Yes, we want to apply it. Oops, get back over here. All right, we're messing with her. We want to apply that value, and now that paint is now the fancy metallic purple. And that's it for personal vehicle. Very short, very straight to the point. Play around with it. Also, if you're feeling froggy, if you go in here to these vehicle spawns, there is a plethora, I can't stress this enough, a multitude, plethora, a large amount of vehicles that are not available to the player that are in this menu, and you can now use them. There are a bunch of metropolitan police service vehicles are in the game, fully textured, fully functional. For some reason or whether or not, they cut it from the vanilla version of the game, but all the files are still in here, and you could just play around with them, try them out, use them. They're awesome. You're gonna thank me for it. Have fun with that. I almost forgot about that. It's awesome. Now we're gonna move on to here's a really big section of this, and it's gonna get simplified later on. Like I said, when I get to the perks, it's gonna be way better. But this used to be the old school way of using this editor. Now, actually, this is the current way. It's just the perks make it easier. But this is the long way if you wanted to modify your character, what they have in their inventory. And the inventory, as you can see, it consists of both your character wheel and your emote wheel. Now, and the emotes are all in here. You can change those emotes to whatever the hell you want. And also, I wouldn't mess with the bullets either. Leave them, because the bullets are going to change according to whatever weapons you're holding. So there's no need to screw with that. Let's go on down here to weapons. Now, you're only allowed, if you looked at your character wheel, you only have 2 slots for weapons. And you're going to have Right now, she has just a dead set pistol right there. Let's get creative and say F that pistol. It's weak. You don't want to use it because I see a lot of people on Reddit complaining they hate these non-lethal weapons. They want something with some kick. Well, let's scroll through here then. We have all the melee weapons are up top. They're all categorized by the types of weapons. All the melee stuff is here. Next, if you have all the assault rifles, you got your AK-47s. You got stuff, and if it tells you do not use, don't use it. They went out the way to list do not use on purpose. You can either A, make the game crash, make it glitch out, or it just flat out won't work. It just won't do anything. You just wasted your time. So there's all these different types of AKs. We're still in assault rifles. We got the 308s there. We got the G36, which is pretty much an AR. Even got the AR variants. Now, I will say this. If you see one that says AI on it, is what the computer used against you, those will not let you change their skin colors. So if you want to still have the ability to change your weapon skin or your gun skin colors, pick a regular version of the weapon that doesn't say AI. So if I want an AK, I'm not using the AI ones. I'll use that if I just want a little extra kick and it's just going to look like the ones the computer uses. But if I want to use an AK-47 that I want to change the color of, I use a basic AK-47. That way I can change the color of it in game. Now, so we got the G36s and the Goblin here. That is the non-lethal assault rifle. Shoot, paint that bad boy silver. It looks like a real one, but again, it's non-lethal. I get it. You don't like it. You like to have something lethal. You flip through here. We even got the SIG. The MCX is in there. They got the paintball gun is there. Or say if you just wanted to have all of the rifles, you can just click on this empty blank one that just says assault rifles, and it's going to have all the rifles in your inventory. When you go to change weapons, they'll all be listed there, and you can just go ahead and select whatever weapon you like. Same thing here for the energy weapons. You got these grenade launchers and the LMGs. You got the saw, the M249 saw, the pig, heavy, highly effective. The Engev is a little more effective for me. All your LMGs, you ever need an LMG just to get some wet work done. Robot gun, if you played Bloodlines, that'll make sense to you what the robot gun is literally just the arm off of the robot. Now, all the shotguns are here. All the sidearms. And the sidearms, there is a lot of variants in the sidearms. You know, we have the regular 357 Rex revolver, and then we got the custom one that Aiden Pierce has. You can use that on whoever you like. Darcy's ones are a little hairy to use because they don't stay equipped. They're hidden. They only show up when you're trying to use them. You have the Desert Eagle, one of my personal favorites. I love hitting the enemies with a deagle. It's got a hell of a kick to it. You can drop somebody pretty nicely with it. The FN 303 obviously is the dead set pistol because you have the upgraded versions of it. That way, say if you don't want to spend your hard-earned tech points on upgrading it, well, don't come in here. Just grab the upgraded versions right here. So, in the MP9 is just the what is it? The SMG version of the non-lethal pistol, or yeah, the non-lethal SMG. That's in here. You got the upgrades for it. It's all there. The P250 is just a regular. It's a regular P9 sidearm that you see spies and SRRS or SIRS, if you will. They all use this. And if you want it silenced, you use the P250 silence. That's the silence P9. I'm just kind of bouncing around here. Of course, a regular MP5, an AI MP5, or you want to get a silenced MP5. Again, skip all the do not uses. Don't use those. Uh, Wrenches personal SMG, that's non-lethal, but it's stronger. I believe it does. It has like different effects for different electronic things, enemies you may shoot. Princess, what's this? Ratatat. That's here. Like I said, all the DLC, everything is all in here. No DLC hides from this editor, so you can go crazy in here. Shoot, the Vector SMG, and then the sniper rifles, which is depressing. Coming in here knowing we should have had sniper rifles. As you can see, they're labeled do not use. There were two. And if you try to just use the sniper rifle option to list them all, and just in case maybe if you're missing some, none will show up because they only had two and they're both marked do not use, which means they were cut, never got placed fully into the game. Big sad, no sniper rifles. Moving on, we of course we may want to skip these debugs. And then we got other abilities, but we're gonna actually I'll explain that here because this is all in the same thing with in the inventory. If you want to put in a camera drone, like a news drone, Darcy's drone, which is that Eagle drone, I believe it's called. That's what that one is. A delivery drone. It's a Parcel Fox drone. The drone expert. Say if you're ever played the Legion of the Dead, there is a zombie version of the drone expert drone for, I want to say it's a chase drone. Now don't quote me on that. I've only played it solo once or twice and I never fully went through it. So, but I'm assuming that's what it is because the drone expert normally calls a chase drone. But this is the zombie version of it, and this is the regular one, just the call drone expert drone. Get your own one. Kamikaze drones, that's what Albion uses. The news drones, of course. Again, anything with zombie on it is the Legion of the Dead version. The Wi-Fi drone, that is the construction drone. If you ever want to just have a construction drone to come lift yourself up, carry yourself anywhere, that's what the Wi-Fi drone is. Now let's see. And of course the wrench drone, that's his version of the construction drone. It's Sergey is the name of that drone. So if you wanted to just use Sergey yourself, it's much faster. It has weapons on it. It's actually a viable method of travel because the regular construction drone, super slow. You're better off driving or fast traveling. But if you just want to travel yourself and see the town, or if you're playing resistance mode where you can't fast travel, Sergey is a viable option. It's fast and you can ride on it all over town. It's awesome. But all these different abilities, I'm not going to go fully into these abilities and all these passive perks and abilities and other tech and stuff in here. The emotes, like I said, the bullets you don't need because they automatically switch when you switch weapons. I'm going to skip past all these because the perks will change all of this for you. But this used to be the way you had to do stuff. You don't have to. So now we're going to skip past the old UI for the inventory. This back you need to actually know how to script and use codes. You don't have to do that anymore. The current inventory has your back. Now the outfits, while in beta, still works perfectly fine for me. Now, if you want to click on the view edit outfits, this is all the outfits you have available to you when you go into your wardrobe. And the first option should be outfits. You go in here, you're only allowed up to 6 outfits assigned to a particular character. And this is outside of any DLC outfits that you may have unlocked online, or if you purchased any paid DLC, that doesn't count against this. Those will still be in there as well, on top of having these 6 to go next to them. And these outfits, you can just toggle back and forth. Any in-game outfit that we were selecting before, they're all here. Hell, there's even stuff from, where is it? You want to dress up like a police officer? They got all the different police officer outfits. Uh, they got these PMC ones in every single class. Trying to scroll up. Here we go. You want to dress up like a delivery person? Parcel Fox, either male or female. And then the barge captains that operate the Albion barges on the, I keep forgetting what to call it. I keep wanting to call it Thames, but you get what I'm saying. The barges on the water. Now, anything that says military PMC, if you look next to it, it's Albion. You got the Albion drivers that's driving the trucks around town or lorries. The recruiters, the elite captains. You got the OCO ones. Now the difference between these are the OCO ones are the gold variants, and those are the ones that can be found in the co-op missions online. That's the difference. That's the only difference between them. These are do you see anything that says OCO? Those are either gold or silver variants that that only spawn in those co-op missions online. So that's pretty. I don't know why it's OCO instead of like COOP or just CO. I don't know why they did OCO, but these are all pretty much the ones that only spawn in co-op. And they got, again, elite versions. They got standard versions, elite of absolutely every single type of enemy you could have. All the captains, the grenadiers, the regular grunts, elite grunts, the OCO grunts, the OCO elite grunts, everybody, the Overwatch enemies, they're all there. It's for Albion. You can do, if you go up to firms, they got the same thing for Clan Kelly. They're all in here too. All their rushers, their Overwatchers, the grunts, the grenadiers, the captains, they're all in here. I believe let me get this right. The Clan Kelly ones are gold. The OCOs are gold. The Albion ones are silver. Let's see. We got all these different anarchist outfits, these bartender outfits, bellhops. If you just want to play dress up with your character, here you go. You got up to 6 spots to just pick outfits, and there's no shortage of outfits for you to play with. You know, construction workers, cosplayers, the buskers, the DJs, drone experts, you know, drug cooks. You want to pretend to be a paramedic, an EMS worker, you got those in there. Now these will not give you what do they call that restricted access to certain places, because this is just the outfit itself. It doesn't tie to the perk. This is just the outfits. So if you just want to go crazy and just play dress up, here you go. Oh, also, like I was telling you, here's stuff that's not available to you in the game. If you get to the uniform ramparts, all of these are, again, like they have the elites, the non-elites, regular elites, security, the grenadiers, the grenader elites, the grunts, the overwatchers, rushers. These are all that private militia that is in Bloodlines DLC. But since Albion and Clan Kelly, don't remember Clan Kelly's there. I believe they are. It's been a while since I played it. But since Albion isn't there, it's replaced with Rampart in the Bloodline DLC. And say you really like those enemies' outfits, well, here you go. Find Uniform Rampart, PMC, and just scroll through here and pick out any or all. Try all of them out. Try all these outfits that normally isn't available to you. You want to dress up like the Royal Guard at the Palace? Here you go. They're in here as well. You want to be a SIRS agent without the access to the security clearance? Boom, here you go. You want to look like, dress like a spy, male or female? Here you go. Go crazy. Street artists, you know, Templars. Oh, here's another one that's not available to us. These Templar ones are for the Darcy assassin missions. If you wanted to just be a Templar from, what is it, the Assassins and the Templars, they have their own elite captains, grenadiers, overwatches, and rushers, just like Albion and Clan Kelly and Rampart. They all have those classifications. And but to be fair, honest with you, all the Templar ones is just a black suit with a red shirt and a black tie. So you don't have to waste your time going through all of them. They're all the same outfit. Don't worry about it. We got wait staff stuff. If you want to dress up like a zombie from Legion of the Dead, again, the grunt elites, the boomer elite with the bombs on it. You can dress up like them if you want to run around. Have you? Like I said, this is just a good cosplay section. Go crazy. You got up to 6 outfits to choose from, and again, will not apply to in-game unless you click on this red save outfit changes. Then they'll pop up in game when you go into the wardrobe and go to your outfit section. Then they'll show up there. And say, if you have uniform access, this is where you would turn it on for a particular outfit. Because when you have uniform access, all of this will fill in for you automatically. For, say, if you wanted to go into Clan Kelly sections, you can just click on Fashion, Clan Kelly, and you'll now have restricted access to the Clan Kelly areas. And the Clan Kelly enemies will respond to you differently when they see you on the street when you're not in a restricted area. I've done that before where I'll just be walking around and they'll be aggressive towards me, and I switch to my Clan Kelly access, and all of a sudden they're giving me praise and speaking politely to me. So that's what this is for. I barely use it because perks will do all of this for you. You don't have to worry about that. Now, moving on to the meat and potatoes on why you're even here in the first damn place. The long awaited, you want to load this NPC data, which is kind of an oxymoron because realistically, nobody here is non-playable. Everybody is playable, except with the exception of Connie. But here it shows your current operative that you happen to be working on. Has all of their information shows up here. As you can see, Helen Dashwood, for some reason, she's the only one where her last name does not show up properly. I'm not sure why. But here is the database. Actually, let me jump to the D's. Can I fake a Dashwood? Nope. So I wouldn't be able to fake her if I didn't have her, which is stupid because she's free anyway. You just Google free Ubisoft Watchdog Ubisoft codes. You can find Helen Dashwood code. She's free anyway. But in this is the database of every single last name possible in game. It doesn't matter the ethnicity, background, anything. Even Aiden Pierce's stuff is in here. Other DLC characters, they're all in here. Or if you just don't want to have a last name, you can just hit empty. And the same thing goes for their first names. Same thing. Has every single first name possible that's in this game, including Mina's, Aiden's, and Wrench, and El Rubius. He's the free DLC as well. Google the free Ubisoft code. You'll unlock them, just like you do Helen. So every possible name. So you can literally just about name your operative anything you want them to be named. Go crazy. Now, the age. This you can set from anywhere between 18 and 80 years old. It truly, honestly, outside of... let me get my controller. Went to sleep on me. Outside of the bio here, it will change the bio information here. But outside of that, it literally has zero bearing on how your operative will perform. It has absolutely none. It doesn't do anything. But if you just wanted to just change your character stats, whoops, here we go. Change their, summary. Yeah, change their bio, excuse me. This is where you do it. You can change their name, their income. If you look over here, it has their name, their salary, occupation, their age. All of that is right here. You can change their income. So let's do that right now. What is she? She makes about 23 euros a year. Let's go ahead and change that right now. Let's see. Let's pick out something random here. You know what? Let's just say she makes about 500k a year. Boom. We hit OK. Let's pop back to her. That normally should pop in immediately. I might have to swap to her for it to kick in. Or I'll do this. There we go. Just have to reload it. There. Now you see she has 500k as her salary. Matter of fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and change her age. Let's make her 18. Just because... Actually, let me show you why it's 1880. Let's go crazy. Let's get... let's go creepy. Let's say she's 10 years old. Oh, it didn't stop me. Why didn't you stop? You're supposed to stop me. It didn't stop me. Because it's supposed to stop you and tell you the range. Nope, she's 10 years old. How about that? Normally, it used to stop you, and you have to go between the ages of 18 and 80. But, fuck it, she's 10. Alrighty, didn't plan on that one, but whatever. Like I said, it literally holds zero bearing on how they perform. Next is their animation set. Now, if you like me and you care about style and flair, you want your character to perform a certain way. This low mobility is what goes with Helen because she's 78 years old. She's an old lady. So you can change this to just generic animation sets, refined ones, street ones to make them, kind of urban. Trained will make them more professional, kind of like a hitman or a spy would. They are very trained. This really only affects their takedowns and their fighting styles, in their walking animation, and their menu animations as well. Because as you've noticed, she's no longer hunched over like an old lady now. So the animation sets, that's all it does is change how they move around, how they operate. Let's see what street does. It doesn't have much variance in this menu until we get to the perks. As you can see, she's changing her pose every time I change her animation sets. So I'll pop her back to the low mobility. And now she's hunched over like an old person again. So say if you have somebody young and you just want them to pretend to be old, well, there you go, low mobility. But I'm just going to pop her up to trained, which won't matter because I'm going to show you how to change character decks, which is going to change their animation sets anyway. But for now, just say if you just want to go more in details and set it up yourself, you know how to come back in here and change it without changing character decks. Now, and there again with the status, we can change their statuses from available to being dead. Say if somebody did die on you and you're pretty upset about that. It's your favorite operative. They died on you. That effing sucks. And you're sad. Let's see. Does not let me make her dead. But this is normally what you do when they are dead. It's like, oh no, they're dead. I'm mad. I need my person back. Well, pop on in here and change them from dead to available. And they will pop back in here. Now, I've done this before. It may not reactivate this particular character spot. It might pop up as a duplicate somewhere else. It will add on an extra character and bring them back and still have them as marked as dead or unavailable here. Either way, you're still getting your character back. It's nice. Excuse me. Now, for the player voice actor, this is all. If you just, there's a lot. I hear a lot of people on But here, I read a lot of people on Reddit complaining about how their character talks. They hate their accent, lingo, how they talk. Here's how you can change that. How you can fix it. You can come in here, change that, because right now she's this still talks like a cunning old lady because it was Helen Dashwood. She was 78. Well, we just made her 10-year-old Asian lady now. So I mean Asian girl. So let's not make her sound like an old lady. Let's change her. Let's make her a geek, naive geek. Boom, done. Her voice, her just whole voice character model, and all her voice lines just changed. And let's say now the DedSec Affinity. This is just changing. Kind of self-explanatory. Whether they hate DedSec, they dislike DedSec, they like it, or they love it. This is a very useful tool when you want to recruit someone, especially say if you want to recruit an Albion contractor or a Clan Kelly contractor, or you want some captains in your life. Here's how you do it easily. When you recruit someone, don't do their recruitment missions right away, and I will show you how to get to that in a minute because that's further down in the editor. This is for people you have down here in your potentials, like say this sex worker here dislikes DedSec. Wait, do I have this one? Dislikes. Do I have any hate? I don't have any hate, but same thing applies. So you find somebody that hates, you get it, like I said, recruit them, get them in your potentials. You can, and I'll show you later how to pull them up without having them recruited yet. You can pull up their affinity, change it from dislikes or hates, change it to likes or loves. Realistically, loves to cut down on having to do their missions to actually recruit them. Likes, you would still have to do the missions, but do loves. A lot of times they're liable to just go ahead and just jump on the bandwagon and just join as soon as you changed it. But you can do likes or loves either way. It is not foolproof if you do the loves, because it still may require you to do a mission for them just to trigger the event. So if you got somebody you really want to use and they hate you, pop on in here to the DedSec Affinity, flip it over to love, do one tiny task for them, and they will immediately join you. Love that. Their working hours really doesn't affect, actually it does not affect their gameplay at all. This only affects their daily lives when you're not using them, because remember, your characters, everybody in town, they all live their lives when you're not using them. They go on living their lives. This sets up what time of day do they go to work, and you could literally change everything about them. I'm not going to go that detailed into that because again, it's kind of useless on how they perform. All it does is tie into the whole relationship contract thing. I will be skipping that, but if you're into it, I may graze over it. But again, everything that I'm showing you here is all in the full walkthrough on the mod page on what is it, Nexus Mods. Again, I'll put the link in the description later. Now we see right here where it's moving on to the next one, where it says voice profile and it's grayed out. We can't change it. Original unmodulated, and the character deck also empty. Well, the next one down, if you want to change that voice profile, because we've already changed the player voice actor, now we want to set up a voice profile for it. Now the original is how it was originally recorded in studio with the voice actor. This is straight up how it was. Now in the game, just to add some variety into it, instead of having way more voice actors, way more time in the studio, way more lines read, the game will modulate and change these voices, and they're all pretty much got 3 variants of them, of like say of like an activist, bruiser, cyberpunk. They all have 3 different variants of whatever type of voice actor you've chosen. You have all these different variants to choose to modulate whether it will make them more high pitched, make their voices deeper, make them more mid, go crazy. So what do we do here? We made her what? This Asian girl, we made her what, 10? So let's do something young sounding. We can do a delinquent or an estate kid. But let's go high pitched because they're young. So we'll do that. Hit OK on that. And again, it won't apply it yet until you click on that apply new value. Are you sure you want to apply this value? Yes, I am. And now you can see it's been changed to estate kid high. So we're using the naive geek estate kid high. Now, what you've all been waiting for, how long has this been going? About an hour and 11 minutes. This is what you truly care about now. This damn character deck. This is absolutely special. As you can see, I emptied it out just for earlier, just to demonstrate some things. Now, this character deck is a collection of your operatives' perks and abilities and their animations. This is all controlled, packaged neatly into these character decks that Ubisoft created for you, or for all the characters in game. And as you can see, it's grayed out. You can't change it. This is another one of those apply deals. So you flip on down here to the change character deck, and we have a list of all these different preset character decks for absolutely all these different, styles of gameplay, which is why they created this whole play as anyone system, is to try all these different character decks out. And they have them all assigned to different people, and it randomly picks this stuff out as you play. Say you don't want to go through the hassle of recruiting everybody, just take your current people you have recruited and just go through the character decks and see what's in them, because a lot of them you could just read and see what's in them. And again, there's a list of it. There's a link to it on the mod page, on the how-to. They have links to it, and it's a GitHub that shows this entire list. So even if you're not at your computer, you can take it with you, read it on your phone, and you could be picking out stuff you want to try when you get home. Like, say for instance, we got this AI affiliates, Albion Access. They have the uniform driver, so they have uniform access for Albion. They have a P9, and they have a Clan Kelly Vendetta, or we can use a Hoarder. The Hoarder just picks up more ammo. And beware. The list here, the names showed up in this list for these passive abilities will not match what's in game for their perks. You kind of have to use a little common sense and experimentation to see what everything is. Like, for instance, News Drone. News Drone doesn't pop up as a perk in game. It will be actually, that one, that might actually be News Drone, but it'll say GBB News Drone. Damage resist doesn't show up as damage resist. It has a name for it in game, but the description will be a resistance to damage. It'll take less damage. Reduced arrest. There's no perk in game called reduced arrest, but the description for it will be a shorter, reduced time being arrested. Stuff like that. Like second wind. There's no such thing as second wind. There is a perk called Berserker. That's what second wind is. It's just whenever you take somebody down, you kill someone, or you, like I said, take someone down, you get a second wind. That's what Berserker is. It refills your health whenever you take somebody out. That's what second wind is. So don't take this 100% literally. The weapons, like the P9 and the P9 Silence, those are 1-to-1. Those are perfect. It's the passive ability perks. The names are gonna vary a little bit, so you keep your eye on them. They may not be like, there's no security bypass perk in the game. It has a completely different name. Play around with it. The crypto wallet, there's no crypto wallet in there, but there's a crypto skimmer in there. That's what the crypto wallet is. So play around with the stuff. So let's pick out a fun one here because we got Clan Kelly ones, we got Albion, we got just random people. I mean, and these perk decks go on forever. By the way, there's a lot of them. And say, oh, matter of fact, let's jump down to some DLC ones. We got some bare knuckle fighters. We got ones to just say if you just want to spawn a vehicle like Helen had. She had an old school vehicle. Let's go ahead and let's give her another vehicle. Let's go. No old fashioned stuff. Let's get something. I could give her a new Bogan 50. But no, we swapped Helen out with this younger Asian model, character model. So let's do no hatchbacks. Let's do a sport bike. Let's go crazy. Let's do a sport bike. So let's do a sporty vehicle, 2 wheels. Let's see, Corona White. Those are, I believe that's the touring bike. Not a fan. Oh, there's the touring bike. There's the Knight, the touring bike. My personal favorite, the Sayonara S1. Love it. But why just get a Sayonara S1, when you can get some extra perks with it? So let's pick a Sayonara S1 with, let's see, the vehicle felony assist. I believe, no, this will give you, there's, again, like I was telling you with the perks, there's no perk vehicle felony assist, but there's a perk for immunity to chase drones. There's chase drone immunity. That's what this is. But I prefer to have the, I forget what it's called, it's some type of driver in game, but the felony vehicle escape helps you escape pursuits so much quicker. Love that perk. All you got to do is break line of sight. You go into a cooldown and it rapidly just gets you out of your pursuits. And again, just changing it won't do anything. Make sure you click on the supply new value. You hit yes, and now as you can see, it's grayed out. It's changed to the sport bike and the vehicle felony assist. And as you look over, oh, look at our perks. We now have the Sayonara S1 and the evasive driving. There it is. Escape pursuit faster. But escape pursuit faster or evasive driving is not the name here. Felony vehicle escape. So don't expect the names to match up 1-to-1 when you're dealing with perk abilities and perks. Like the weapons and everything match up, but the passive abilities will not. So play around with it. And this is realistically where you're going to spend a lot of your time. So I'm going to pop back in here because I didn't mean to click on that script. Now, a lot of people really love the Hitman. The Hitman is in here. Just pop into the section where it says HVC, and it has a lot of different classes here. We got the Anarchists, the Beekeepers. A lot of people have a hard time finding Beekeepers. Just come in here and make your own. Just grab a Beekeeper and call it a day. Matter of fact, let's do it. Let's hit a Beekeeper, apply it. Stop looking at her. We'll apply that Beekeeper. Boom, there you go. We got ourselves the Beekeeper perk. And also, when you use a character deck like this, if you go into, you go into the wardrobe, they do have their Beekeeper outfits available with this perk deck. So keep that in mind as well. Like I was telling you with the restricted access or the uniform access, if you pick if you pick someone with access like that, let's see, we got Clan Kelly here. Trying to see if they got all these sidearms. Do they have any classification? It's been a while. Oh, here we go. Got police access. Here we go. So that would be that should be first then. because everything is in alphabetical order, which is nice. So here we go, Albion access. Now this will give stealth is light step, I believe it's called. Get yourself a P9 pistol, light step, surge uniform access to Albion areas. Let's apply that. Yes, I want that. And as you can see, now we got uniform access, and we have an Albion uniform to go with it too. And we I remember the name properly. Light step. This improves your stealth. So there's tons of stuff here, but I wanted to show you some real quick. I'm going to show you some DLC ones as well. But first, I wanted to show you. There's the spy. The professional assassin is the hitman, and here's all the different versions of the hitman. Got the ones that can just die on you for no effing reason. We got the ones that die randomly, the ones that's easy to die, ones that die on their own. Got ones that will gamble your money for you. Ones that got the hiccups, which is a negative one that will give away your position. We got the hoarder, where they hold more ammo. The increased arrest will make longer arrest times. Increased injury will make longer injury times. Second wind is berserker. Stuntman is where they take less damage. So let's see. Gonna go with hoarder. So you make sure you apply. And as you can see, we got scavenger. This is all the hitman. Their animations, their weapon arsenal, the gun counter, the combat roll is all here. So we're going to send that out actually. Now, next, actually, let's show you what that's like.
To set the world right?
Absolutely.
And if you remembered earlier, this is the car I set up for. So we have our what's this, metallic purple kind of Aston Martin vehicle. Remember how I set that up earlier? Well, now it's here. As you can see, fully functional, everything works just fine. Now, real quick, she should have Wrench's mask on, and she does. So all of our changes have worked out for us. We got Wrench's mask, we got a whole new outfit, we got a whole new car, and now, oh, let's change her weapons. I forgot. Let's change her weapons. Since she's a hitman, hitman gets a G36, and also gets that Desert Eagle. And I'd rather use the invisibility over Spider Bot, but that's just my playstyle and preference. Now, I like to use the deagle.
There's jack shit going on here. Moving on.
I'm calling off the search.
Hmm. Nobody's where they normally are. Well, this is wild. Oh, here we go. Jam that weapon. Wait. Shopping spree? Who's spending my money? Oh, an elite captain. Going down. What the hell? I didn't take him out.
Oh, my bloody god.
That didn't go how I planned it. Oh well. But anyway, you didn't come here to see me dick around. Let me finish showing you about these perks. So let me exit out of here. Flip through here. Alrighty. Now, back into the menu. Now, that's how simple it is to just say you want to swap out your perks, vehicles, things of that nature. Literally just come through here and change your perk deck or character deck, and you can just be anybody but be the same person at the same damn time. Now, moving on to the next one. This is where we get to really get some customized fun on your playstyle. This is a whole section. Let's say having a basic character deck isn't enough for you, because realistically they're anywhere from no perks to one perk, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the absolute most, and that fifth one will always be a negative perk. Say you're not into that, you're not feeling that, we got you. Don't even worry about that, because you come into the perks and here's 5 extra perks, fully customizable. Here's the entire list, and you can go absolutely batshit crazy, except for, again, don't use these ones at the bottom that say do not use. Obviously. Again, like I said earlier, they're not going to work as intended. Don't use them. Now, flipping through this list, and again, on the mods, on the mods page on Nexus Mods, there's a link to a full walkthrough and rundown and a full list of all of these. Spend some time looking at it. Spend some time playing with this, going through it. There's a lot of, like I said, here's custom access to Buckingham Palace, medical access to the hospitals, police stations, Aiden Pierce's active reload when you have that little mini game where he can get more damage if you reload it at the right time. The blackout where he has this ability where he could shut a whole bunch of stuff down. He's got his own separate gun kata. His whole entire weapon arsenal that he can gain in Bloodlines. All of that is here. Darcy's weapons, her hidden blade in her guns, all these different emotes that you would normally have to get a certain person to have it. You can add everything you want. All these different gadgets. Let's say melee weapons. These passive emotes. you can go crazy here. You can make the ultimate operative. And you're going to say, well, 5 perks isn't enough. Well, don't worry. We got your back. Right here, where it says show more perk slots, click it. Oh, would you look at that? Now we're up to 10. And you was like, but, excuse me. And I suggest also to don't just wipe out your character deck and make your own. I would use a good base character deck for what you want that with perks in it, because if you already have that perk in the character deck, you don't have to re-add it down here because you already have it, because this character deck still loads first. Get yourself a good character deck. That way now I don't have to go in here and search out Gun Kata. I don't have to search out a Desert Eagle or a G36 because I've already got one. So I don't have to go in here and give myself all these different weapons, because I think weapons are down here. Yeah, I don't have to go down here to give myself all these different weapons now because I've already got them. Now I can give myself some different weapons and add it to my arsenal and be absolutely mental. And you're gonna say, well, there's a lot of options in this menu. This is way more than 10. This is gonna be tough to pick just 10. Well, you just keep clicking on that show more perks. It will let you go up to, as far as I've been, is 40. So if you want to go absolutely mental with customizing, and here it is, maximum number of perk slots reached. 40 is the absolute limit. So find a character deck that has as many positive perks as possible, and then completely ignore them. Don't use them anymore, and go crazy. 40 additional perks. If you can't make yourself virtually invincible with 40 additional slots, and you can give yourself all of these different everythings in here, every perk in the game is available to you. 100% customization. Make your end all character. It's awesome. And moving on to the metadata, this is just their information that's up here and also in their bio. When you go back, when you scroll down where it says metadata here, and also this whatever's up here, all that can be changed here. But again, like I said, I was gonna skip a lot of this. If you go into the contracts, this also ties into like when you're doing their recruitment missions. This is their whole full schedule, what they do, even when you're not playing as them. This is their schedule, what they do, where they can be found, what time of day, and where they can be found at. You could change all of these things. It's really not important. But like I said, if you want total control over your character and what they do, even when you're not playing them, contracts is the way to do it. And now if you go into advanced here, this you can change their job, their occupation, which again has no bearing over their playstyle, their personality. You can change their personality. You want them to be aggressive, you can be optimistic, you want them to be heroic, pessimistic, or just unset it. You can set their race, no matter what character model you use. You can set their race. You can set their identity, if they're a victim or if they're an aggressor, or neither. What's this? Their combat agility. You can make them either firms is Clan Kelly, PMC is Albion, civilian is just regular old people. Their income, you can make them either, it'll affect their life whether they're low income, they're poor, medium income, high income, rich, executives. Well, we've made her what, half £1,000,000 a year, so I think that would be high income. We'll change her to high income. Her fashion style is casually elderly. Well, let's change that. We made her a young Asian woman. Let's do something We can go a casual high end. Estate youth. Let's do estate youth on that. Her age range. She's no longer old. She's young. Immigration status. She's a citizen. She can come be here on a work visa. She could be undocumented. She can be illegal. She can be a refugee. We could do all kinds of craziness with her. Let's leave her as a legal one. We could even change her gender. Now, this won't change their character model at all. This is just changing how the game treats them in game. So this won't change any of those things. You can change their background, their sexual orientation. Make them hetero, homo, bi. Go nuts. It don't matter. You can change their birthplace, and again, zero bearing on how they play. This is just all if you want to build a character from the ground up, full backstory, how you want them to be. This is where you do it. Ooh. And her voice actor, I need to change that because I changed it in another spot, and I need to change it here as well to Naive Geek. Boom. Done. Now, in the Lua scripts, this is for the pros. You can just open the Lua console, run your scripts. Those for pro modders that know what they're doing. I am not. I'm a script kitty because here are some Lua scripts here that you could run, and they still work. Here's a couple ones you could just, flip on God mode, and that's kind of speaks for itself. God mode. You can be immortal mode where you can take damage but you won't die. So you can still know you're taking damage but you won't die, which is nice. You can always click this to end a felony chase. If you're ever getting a level 5 chase, just pop on over here, click this, make the chase go away. You can just disable the felony system altogether, where you can just go crazy, do whatever you want. Never get in a pursuit. It's awesome. You can disable detection, where you can just walk around and never be detected. Awesome. Spawn a race car is just spawning a hypercar. It's a Skrull 8. That's all it does is spawn one of those. You can spawn a dead sex shop. That's fun. You can distract everybody within range of you. You can disrupt them all. You can give yourself 10 extra tech points if you want. You can give yourself 1,000 ETO if you want. You can go nuts. That's what the scripts are for. It's kind of like what you kind of expect from a cheat engine script is all in the Lua scripts. I use a trainer, but this essentially is the same thing, but this is a much more nicer trainer in-depth mod. Now, I told you, and then this miscellaneous, you can disable permadeath for all your operatives or protect your DLC operatives. Say you're playing on resistance mode, you can't turn off permadeath. Well, you could say, I can at least protect my prestige operatives. I don't want anything to happen to them. Or you can just protect all your operatives because you don't want anything to happen to any of them. So you disable that permadeath and you're good to go. Let's see. Let's see. Pick someone. These shopaholics. Clothing discounts. Let's see. It doesn't matter. We can change all of this. You know what? Got an idea. All right, so remember how I told you earlier, as long as you have somebody in your potentials, as long as they're in this screen, you're able to modify them. Well, here's the deal. If they're in the potentials, they don't show up in your operative list because it only shows your operatives that you have available to play with. So, how do you change these potentials? And this is also kind of fun because you can change these operatives, change their perks to what is it? There's a perk where they have the recruitment bonus, where they give you an ETO bonus, and say you just want some ETO. Once you have them in your potential list, you can use the operative editor here to change their perks to give the recruitment bonus, and you can just recruit them and retire them and recruit them over and over again to keep getting that ETO bonus every time you recruit them. How to do that? Let's pick out somebody random here. Excuse me. So let's go with no, that's actually good perks. Who's terrible? Cecily Robertson. Now the name is very important, how to find them, because we don't know their IDs. Now down here in the miscellaneous, when you click on this census, this is going to load. Right now there is 231 characters in and around me right now in game. We're in the menu, but we're still standing here, and there's a ton of people around. The census is doing a census of everybody that's loaded around me right now. So what you want to do is you can click on this list, and this literally lists every single person that's loaded in game right now, including all of my operatives, all of these potentials, and everybody that's around me right now that's just walking around, has got nothing to do with nothing. They're all there. Now if you want to click on load NPC data by ID, and make sure you have this load NPC data branched out. Don't worry about who's here, because it's not going to affect them. Because right now, as you saw me using this earlier to affect them, that's about to go away. Now we come down here to load. It tells you how to use it right here. But again, full walkthrough is on the mod page. You want to set NPC ID. You see all these zeros? We have no idea what their IDs are. It doesn't matter because their names are there. And this is all 231 people that's currently loaded right now. So let's have a good look around. We want to look for Cecily Robertson. Now, instead of scrolling through this, trying to find her, you can just go ahead and just search for her. Let's see. Uh-oh. But you also got to be able to spell properly, or at least type properly, something. So let's go Cecily. Let's see if that's good enough. Hopefully there's not another Cecily nearby. Yay, it isn't. So we got Cecily Robertson. Let's load. Okay, let's load her up. Now you see her name pops up there. Now, how do we modify her? She's not on the team yet. She's in a potential. So right down here, instead of apply, there's a load NPC. Now the NPC data is loaded. Now if you look back up here to the load NPC data, that's no longer Helen. Now we have Cecily's information loaded up. And as you can see, let's look at her. She's 50 years old. She's a sex worker. She only makes 16.8. It's all here. She dislikes DedSec. Well, F you too. But we're going to change that. She's going to change her whole attitude about us. Why? Because we want her to. We want them to like us so they can join us. So let's see. We got her. She's going to love DedSec. Let's change her character deck. Let's make her character deck something useful. Actually, let's do... We did a hitman for Helen. Let's do a spy. Spy hoarder should be good. Extra ammo. We'll apply that value. Yes, we want to apply it. And now we go back in there. And now she's a spy. and she has the whole spy animation and everything. She has the spy perk deck. So now let me change this. No, I have marked hers. Make her like dead sick. Me slide into this advance. Where's your availability? Is it just not in here? Income, fashion, age range. I'll find it later. Because right now, her status, she's still available. I don't know why the game is saying she's unavailable. Anyway, game's tripping today. Yeah, so we'll have to deep profile her and get her on our team because she really hates us, even though we made her like us. So that's no problem. We'll do something for her, make her happy. Now, oh, and I also wanted to do me pop into her perks. We want to get a recruitment bonus from her. So let me think, what is that? I believe it's a passive ability. Crypto earn team. No, that increases the amount of crypto for everybody on the team. Oh, here we go. Recruitment crypto bonus. Let's add that to her. Save changes. And now that we look over to her, boom, sign-in bonus or a signing bonus. So every time we recruit her, we're going to get some ETL. And we haven't even recruited her yet. So this is what the miscellaneous and the sense is for. You could load, modify anybody, whether they're on your team or not on your team. That's what this is for. And it only works as long as you got this load NPC data branched out. If you don't, when you go to click on load down here, it's going to give you an error message and tell you to open the load NPC data first. So now we got her all nice and set up. Let's flip over into the game. Let's go make her happy. Let's pick out something stupid easy for her. Oh wait, before I do that, did I switch? Oh yeah, I did switch. Alright, good. Alrighty, where are we? Let's... Wait, I can't fast travel? Oh crap, I'm in resistance mode. Oh, since I'm in resistance mode, well, why don't we go crazy? Where is these lower scripts? Because I normally use a trainer instead. But let's go God mode. Disable the felony system, disable the detection. Yeah, let's go crazy like that. Alright, let's pop over in the game. Alright, let's go make this girl happy. Oh, if I'd known this damn GPS. If I'd known that, I would have cut over there. Oh shoot, this thing said it was further away.
Central Recruit has been trying to bring an Albion war criminal to justice. We should be able to download their full record off their optic. I've extracted a complete service record from the guard's optic, including one particularly nasty atrocity. I'll send it on to our prospect and let them decide how to handle it. We're being contacted by our potential recruit. Patching them through now.
If you need anything at all, I'm at your service.
You know how you could help? Join us. Be a part of DedSec.
Right. Count me in.
Boom. Now she's happy. And she hated us. Or she disliked us. And let's go ahead and swap to her. Okay, he didn't let me hold. Okay. Fine, I don't have to. What is happening? It is glitching out something fierce. No wonder it wouldn't let me swap. Oh, I think my save is corrupted. I'll swap it to another one. Watch yourself, Johnny. How about this bad boy? Let's say I'm bored with this car. So let's pop on over. Let's see, to personal vehicle. And let's pick something that you normally can't have. So let's ski. Yeah, let's go with a Metropolitan Police Department vehicle. Let's apply that. Yes, I want to apply that. Oh, I forgot I can change. It's going to be purple. So let me set this back to default. None. Take the paint job off. That way it should look exactly like a Metropolitan Police Service vehicle. So I need to just swap out to somebody else real quick. Oh, forgot you can't make changes to the person you're actively playing as. That's the one caveat. You can't be the person you're trying to modify.
Ready and willing.
And now we have a Metropolitan Police Service vehicle that is not in game, but here it is, fully functional, ready to go. Blue lights and everything. And this is what makes me mad with Ubisoft. We have all this in-game stuff that's not even available to us. But it's already in-game, ready to go. Let's see, let me swap to somebody else. And let's change... Actually, let's change the paint job on... script. Wait, no, I don't want the script. I have to click on the box. Oh, there we go. Now let's change the paint on this police car. Let's make it a nice black undercover. Let's apply it. Alrighty. Wait, I told you to change operatives. Okay, now.
Dead set calling. You ready?
Ready and raring to go.
And here it is. Painted all black. That same Metropolitan Police Service estate saloon. Blacked out.
Ooh, pretty.
Well, that person just got screwed. And as you can see, cars are getting out of the way. Fully functional cop car. Unused. All right, now let's swap to somebody else. Okay, let's swap that to. Let's change that paint job. So back to no paint, and let's change vehicles. Wait, that's the vehicle spawn. Alright, we'll change vehicles. Let's see what else we got. We got Clan Kelly vehicles. But those are pretty much in game. You can always find those. Let me do some stuff that you normally don't do. Let's see, we got these trucks. Military, here we go. This should be that army truck. And then, why leave it like that? Let's do it a fancy matte black. Let's black it out. Trust me, it looks hard. We'll do that.
Good news. It's time to put your life on the line for the resistance.
Almost thought you forgot me.
But you just look at it. Blacked out. Here to show you the difference between this all blacked out one and a normal one. Here's a normal one. Albion logos. It's got the little digital camo on it. It's gray. I just went ahead and blacked it out. This is way harder. Matte black, hard. because otherwise you can't get stuff like this as a personal vehicle. This mod is so awesome. There's so many things you can do with it. You can really just let your imagination just go. All of these options, so much to do. You just, and completely skipped over like all the backstory stuff. Who they're related to, associates are. All of that can be found on the contracts. Again, full walkthrough is on the mod page. I'll throw that in the description later. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you got any questions or if you get caught up on any issues with this, feel free to drop that comment down below. I will be responding to all of them. Again, just don't ask me for anything illegal. Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed this full-on tutorial walkthrough on how to use the Operative inventory editor. Let me use this because I see a lot of people struggling with this on Reddit, and a lot of people will come to me about it. So this was a much needed stream or video that needed to happen. So, but like I said, if you're still lost and confused on how to work this thing, contact me. I'll give you a hand. And if you're on PC, shoot, just add me. Message me on YouTube first, but add me on Ubisoft Connect. I'm more than willing to jump on and help you out. So, until next time, you be safe, keeping London safe. And thank you for being a part of the resistance. Have a great one.